The whole mission here is to see how distinguishing between countable and uncountable nouns can help us organize not just sentences, but our own thoughts.
I just love that concept. So let's get into the mechanics. The source material lays out this fundamental split in English. First, you have countable nouns.
Right.
Things with clear edges, The example in the notes is perfect. 1 banana, 2 bananas. You can separate them.
They're distinct units. But then you have the other bucket, uncountable nouns. These are things we see as a whole, like a mass or a concept.
Like rice.
Exactly, like rice. You don't count 1 rice, 2 rices. It's just rice.
Or an emotion, right? Like sadness. It's not a stack of items. It's more like a liquid.
And that's where the script gets so interesting. The client, Kat, says something that really captures this.
Oh, I know the line you mean.
He says, I feel like I'm facing many problems, but I also just feel much sadness.
And that's the whole thing in a nutshell, isn't it? The words he uses, many versus much.
That's the key distinction. Problem is a countable noun. It has boundaries. You can have a problem. You can list them.
So you use words like many or a few.
Right. And the counselor, Rabbit, she really leans into that. She points out that even panic attacks are countable events. You can say, I had a few panic attacks this week.
Psychologically, that's so powerful.
It is.
By counting them, you're saying this is a single event, it has a start, and it has an end.
Yeah.
It's contained.
It's not your entire existence. But then there's sadness. You can't say, I have a sadness. It just sounds wrong to the ear.
Because you're sort of swimming in it. It's all around you.
It is. Sadness, music, advice, these are all uncountable. You can't use a or an with them. You need different tools to measure them, like much sadness or a little energy.
So I couldn't say I have many energies today.
No, you'd say I have a lot of energy or a little energy, although there is some overlap. The sources note that words like some and any can work for both.
Ah, the universal donors of grammar.
Pretty much. You can have some songs countable, and you can have some music uncountable.
Okay, but what if you really need to quantify the unquantifiable? The script mentions energy, for example. If I feel overwhelmed, how do I count something like water?
Well, you need a container for it. You can't count the water itself, but you can count the bottles of water.
Ah, I see.
In the script, Rabbit explains this. To quantify these abstract things, we use specific phrases. You don't give an advice, you give a piece of advice.
Or a moment of peace. I really love that image. It's like you're taking this huge, overwhelming ocean of a feeling and just scooping some of it into a cup so you can actually look at it.
Precisely. You're creating boundaries where there were none before.
Now, there was one specific comparison in the dialogue that I think trips up almost everyone, even native speakers. The difference between work and job.
Oh yeah, the classic stumbling block. Rabbit makes a really important point here. A job is countable. You can have a few jobs.
But work isn't.
Work is uncountable. You'd never say I have many works to do. You say I have a lot of work.
And Rabbit uses that to make a bigger, more philosophical point, doesn't she? This is the part that really landed for me.
It's so profound. She tells Kat that while we can count our tasks, our jobs, our appointments, the bottles of water, we shouldn't try to count our healing.
Because healing is an uncountable noun.
Right. It doesn't have a plural form. There's no such thing as healings. It's a process, a flow. It just is.
Wow. That really shifts the perspective from, ticking boxes off a to-do list to just being in the process. We are so obsessed with metrics.
We absolutely are. But grammar is about precision, right? It's about knowing when to count something and when to just measure it, and I suppose when to stop trying to measure it at all.
So if healing's uncountable, maybe the goal isn't to measure our progress in these little discrete steps. Maybe we should just view it as a continuous flow, like water or music, and just let it be. Thanks for diving in with us.